What's up, everybody? Welcome to Quantum Ascent. I have IOTA up on the screen, the one-day price chart. I do have alt season targets out for IOTA. Go check that out on my X or YouTube. That was towards the end of July. So today we're just going to take a look at the shorter-term price action. Like, what the hell is going on here? Let's get out of here, right? One thing I want to talk about real quick is originally we thought this was headed up in a third wave here, and it did not, right? It stopped out short of that. So how this structure looks is this actually isn't going to be the two. At least there's a good chance it doesn't end up being the two, and I'm going to talk about why. So right here, this is looking like a complex correction, W, X, Y. All right. And so that would actually end up putting the second wave over here, even though it was higher than that. That's still where that second wave would end. And then we're looking for waves 3, 4, and 5, right? So originally we thought it was going to be like this. This was going up into the third wave, right? That didn't end up happening. I will say there's still a possibility this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for wave 3 because it hasn't technically set a new low, but we're at the point now where this thing's just drawn out for so long that it's, I'm leaning towards a WXY from a probability standpoint. And then we still have, like I said, this over here. We still get a 5-wave impulse here for the third wave, settle back down, another 5-wave impulse for the fifth wave. So just wanted to talk about that because it's still a little murky, but I am leaning towards this being a complex correction here for IOTA. So, like I said, we're going to dive into this stuff right here. But before I do so, guys, join the Quantum Circle, entries, exits, strategy, emotional and mental clarity, 2 daily macro videos. Link to that is in the bio. I want you guys to sleep better at night, and I want you guys to improve your entries and exits because that alone will make the membership worth it. So, all right, IOTA, let's dive in. This is the high back in after the Trump pump in December. Pull that from the high there to the low there. You can see we've been stopped out at this 236 actually quite a few times. Right now, right now, right now. And over here, we wicked it, right? Broke through, came back down. So this is, I'm going to say 25 cent. Nice round number. That is our level right now that we need to bust through to really start to see this thing going. On the way back up, got to pay attention to these retracements up here between 44 cents and 52 cents. Right now, still a ways away. Let's get through that 25 first, right? Haven't been able to do that in quite a while. So the other thing, too, to pay attention to here is you can see we have, it could probably even go back to this high. You try to get as many tops as you can. Look at that trend line. Stopped out there, stopped out there, stopped out there, stopped out. And now we're approaching it again here for IOTA. So are we going to see a little bit of acceleration once we pop through here? Well, let's just look at these last couple times here. Trend line through these. I'm just trying to connect as many tops as I can. There's a lot of different ways to do trend lines. That's why they're a little more subjective. But like you look, I'm connecting that top, that top, that top, that top. What happened once it busted through there? Boom, it went, right? You can see that. All right, fine. Don't love that one. What about this one? Bam, 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 holding underneath it. Boom, there we go, right? Once we bust through it, we got a lot of green. Once we busted through it, we got a lot of green. Well, once we bust through it, are we going to get a lot of green? You know what I'm saying? So that's where we're at from a trend line perspective. And you can see, again, how it's moved in the past. What about back here? You want to keep playing this game? There. Move it down a little lower to try to get that top too. You could even bring it down to get top, 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 right? Boom, gone. Busted through. And this was actually the Trump pump. Perfectly timed, right? So we're right there. The moment's coming, guys, across the board. And you got to pay attention to the macro. That's why I created that channel. Like, that's most important because IOTA is not going to run on its own. None of these cryptos, for the most part, are going to run on their own. You can also kind of see we got a higher lows coming in there. Let's bust. I don't want to wait till November. Let's bust. Let's get through that. Looking at this as a correction, pretty basic. A, B, C here. Make that orange, right? So it does look like it could be done. And wrapping up, we want to get through this. What was the level we just talked about? 18 cent, 20 cent level, 25 up there. 18-cent level right here to get us out of the triangle. One other way to look at it, let's pull that from the low to the high. Look at that. Fibs are incredible. If I could only use one tool, it'd be fibs. You guys need to learn it. I have an educational course as well in my membership group. But, I mean, these are, if I can only use one thing, it'd be fibs. Look at that. Right down there at the 786, you can see how we've reacted at that level before. It was resistance for a while, broke through it, pop. Resistance, came back down, went through it, pop. So a lot of good signs here on the shorter time frame. Pulling in the oscillators, the stochastic RSI heading above 60, which is bull territory. We want it to get up there and weave like it did back here. Boom, price appreciated, right? Get through there, boom, price should appreciate. We have a bullish cross on the MACD as well. This is momentum. Great start. Want to see it get back above that zero line for some strength. You can see what happened back here too, right? That's the gas. That's the juice. All signs are pointing that way. Just starting to break into bull territory at a perfect time, right? We have this up. We have these fibs that we're battling here. We have this upper trend line that we're battling here. And this stuff is showing us, you know, for the most part, things look pretty good right now. But again, we have to wait on the macro. You have Bitcoin up at its all-time high. You have the total 3 up at its all-time high. You have the Russell 2000 up at its all-time high. There's so many things more important to IOTA's price movement than just this chart, right? So again, that's why I created the Quantum Circle. Check it out. Real-time trades, access to my portfolio, 2 macro videos a day, a Discord channel. I teach you how to do TA just like me. Link to that in the bio. If not, thank you so much for watching. If you could follow, like, repost, I just want to get this out to as many people as I can before it's too late. Hope everyone is having a great day, and I'll talk to you later.